Hello, my name is Amelia Hansmeyer, and this is my presentation on Lella Vignelli. I chose to do my presentation on celebrating lesser-known designers, and the footprint of great women in design was the title I chose. So Lella Vignelli, she is a name that is perhaps less mentioned in the world of design, but she is somebody I thought it was crucial to highlight in my final project. She was an Italian architect, and she was born in Udine, Italy in 1934. This is where she lived for a little over 20 years. She studied architecture at the University of Venice, and she actually graduated as one of only 3 women in the class of 1953. And this university was also where she met Massimo Vignelli, her future husband, whom she married in 1957. So in 1957, this was also the year that the two Vignellis moved to America. For Lella, she wanted to continue her education in architecture, so she went on to go to MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and she was one of, again, a very few women who got her degree in architecture. During the time of the late 50s and early 60s, women were definitely a minority in the architecture field and very underrepresented. But these factors did not hinder her, as she went on to be very talented in many areas of her career after graduating university. Her artistic work stretched beyond architecture as she went on to specialize in graphic, furniture, and interior design. To truly understand what Lella contributed to the design community, we must look at her career and her work. She practiced design from the late 1950s through to the early 2000s in both Europe and United States, so mainly Milan, Italy, or New York. She hit her stride in 1965, definitely when she co-founded the design firm Unimark International, where she headed up the interior design department in this company in both Milan and New York. Then in 1971, alongside Massimo, Lella co-founded Vignelli Associates. Design identity works. So through the Vignelli's design companies, Vignelli Associates and Vignelli Designs, they were two different companies. Lella worked on graphic designs with the furniture company Knoll International and such other names as American Airlines and the New York subway system. And so some of those designs are featured on the side. So Knoll International is the top one, and the American Airlines classic, like very simple, basic, but timeless logo of the American Airlines. And then what's more, she also worked in jewelry making, fashion and clothing, and kitchenware design. All these things she did with drawing inspiration from the traditional modernist approach, using bold colors, often simple geometric shapes, and she created impactful, unified, and balanced design. And I think some of the other designers that probably would have influenced her would have been like Le Corbusier and Van der Rohe and those other designers who were that same simple, modern approach to design. And hers, she obviously did more in graphic design, but also all these other things that she did was that same unified identity of design. So she also did a lot for New York City. So on the left, we have the subway system maps, and on the right, we have Bloomingdale's, just an example of the work that she did for Bloomingdale's, like packaging and like marketing their logo and the colors and different packaging, that side of things. And on the left is the subway system maps, which a lot of people argued were a little bit more confusing than they had been before she redesigned them. But it definitely was just something that New Yorkers probably just had to get used to because she did choose to do only vertical, horizontal, or diagonal lines in this design. So right on to furniture. Lella's love of classic modern continued in the furniture she designed. There was always a sense of modularity, that this is the same as those other designers of the time, just wanting to have the freedom to move things around and kind of have a fluctuating space. As we see in these designs, sharp edges are often paired with soft edges. So sometimes circles, spheres, other shapes. The sharp edges of the Poltronova Saratoga furniture line are directly paired with the cushioning on the chairs themselves, or like the passionate pragmatist bed design. That's a bed, but it's also got the sharp edges of the bottom with the spherical sides of the posts that the bed is on, and then the same with the metaphoric coffee table. Another trend visible is her color palette. She used warm reds next to whites or a range of primary colors. It points to that same modernity that we see in other designers at this time. So the yellows and reds, greens, blacks, whites. Not a lot of blue. I don't think she utilized a lot of blue, but definitely, those bright, very normal colors. Textures were also super important to Lilla. So you see the transparent of the glass on the grand piano desk for the Bernini furniture line, or the shiny metal contrasting the matte plastic on both the airport seating and the handkerchief chair for Noel. So she definitely transparent or textures were definitely important to Lella and her designs. So this is jewelry design. She dabbled in a little bit of design for jewelry for the silver jewelry line for San Lorenzo, and she can often be seen wearing these designs. She loved wearing the Seicento silver necklace, and there's another silver necklace that went with the San Lorenzo line that she also often wore in a lot of pictures. So she loved this side of design as well, which is really interesting that she did so much. And then other designs. We've got numerous examples of dinnerware and kitchen utensils and items. So from left to right, we've got the Siga Hotel silverware, which she designed in 1979. The Heller compact stacking dinnerware. It's very colorful. It's very modern, but it's also just very simple. And then the silver teapot, 1996, and then again another image of the stacking dinnerware in 1964. So she had a wide range of things that she designed. And then accomplishments. Her talent, unfortunately, at first was not well recognized. Often magazines and publishers of the Vignelli's works credited only Massimo, and they left her out. However, her work became recognized and rewarded as the years went on. And personally, I think it was because of her perseverance and just her overall talent and the decision that she chose to continue in her passion for designing despite the challenges of the underrepresentation of women. I think that's why she became well recognized, because she persevered. So she received the American Institute of Graphic Arts Gold Medal, the National Design Award, the Presidential Design Award, and she also received several honorary doctorates. Her and her husband Works have also both landed in the Interior Design Hall of Fame and the Museum of Modern Art. And now Lella and Massimo's legacy sits in the Vignelli Center for Design Studies, which is a their contribution to RIT in New York, where their designs are displayed and learned from by the students. So that is my presentation. Cheers to Lella Vignelli and her wonderful designs. There she is in her necklace from before, or when she was young. And yeah, that's her life. I really liked this designer. Thank you.